Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. How are you today? Today I am here with Stella, and today we are going to talk about learning English at home.
Hello, everyone. I am very happy to be here today. Let's start our conversation.
Learning English at home is a great topic. Stella, do you think it is easy to learn English at home?
Yes, Andrew. I think it is very easy if you practice every day.
I agree. You do not need to go to a big school.
Exactly. You can sit on your sofa and learn.
What is the first thing a beginner should do at home?
That is a good question. I think they should listen to easy English every day.
Like this podcast?
Yes, just like this podcast. Listening helps your brain understand the words.
That sounds interesting. I also like to read short stories.
Oh, really? Reading is excellent too. Do you read big books or small books?
I read very small books with simple pictures. It helps a lot.
Wow, that is a great idea for complete beginners.
Let's talk about speaking. How can someone practice speaking alone at home?
They can speak to themselves in the mirror. It sounds funny, but it works.
That sounds fun. What do they say to the mirror?
They can say simple things. For example, "Good morning, how are you?" Or, "Today is a sunny day."
That is true. It helps with confidence.
Yes, and confidence is very important for learning a language.
Hey, let's look at the phrase, "it works." That is a useful sentence.
Yes, many people use it every day.
What does "it works" mean here? It does not mean a job, right?
No, it does not mean a job. Here, "it works" means it is effective or it gives a good result.
Let's give another example.
Great idea. You can say, "I drink warm water when I am sick." It works.
Ah, I see. That means the warm water makes you feel better.
Yes, exactly. It is a very simple and useful phrase.
By the way, dear listeners, what about you? Do you practice speaking English in front of a mirror? Please write your answer in the comments below.
I really want to read their answers.
Me too. Now, Stella, what about grammar? Should beginners study a lot of grammar at home?
No, I do not think so. Too much grammar can be confusing.
I agree with you. It is better to learn full sentences.
Yes, for example, instead of learning rules for verbs, just learn "I want to go."
That is a regular thing people say. I want to go to the kitchen. I want to go to sleep.
Yes, let's talk about verbs for a moment. Do you know the verb to study?
Yes, study is a regular verb.
Right, in the past tense, we just add ed, so it becomes studied.
Let's give an example sentence. Yesterday, I studied English for 10 minutes.
Perfect. 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours only on Sunday.
That is so true. Small steps are very powerful.
What about the verb to speak? Is it regular?
No, speak is an irregular verb. The past tense is spoke.
Correct. You cannot say speaked. You must say spoke.
For example, last night I spoke English with my brother.
That is a beautiful sentence. Pronunciation is also important here. The O sound in spoke is like the O in home.
Spoke, home. Yes, they sound the same. That is a good pronunciation tip.
Thank you. I try to find patterns. It makes learning easier.
What about vocabulary? How do you learn new words at home?
I use sticky notes. I write the name of an object and stick it on the object.
Oh, wow. Like putting a note that says refrigerator on the fridge?
Yes, or door on the door and table on the table.
That sounds fun. Every time you look at the object, you see the English word.
Exactly. Your eyes see it and your brain remembers it.
That is an amazing trick for learning at home.
If you are enjoying this conversation and finding these tips helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, please subscribe. It helps us make more videos for you.
Stella, do you think watching English movies with subtitles helps?
Yes, but beginners should use English subtitles, not their native language subtitles.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because if you read your own language, you do not listen to the English words.
That makes sense. If you read English subtitles, you hear the word and see the word at the same time.
Exactly. It connects the sound to the spelling.
That is a very smart way to learn.
What about music? Do you like English songs?
I love English songs. They are very good for pronunciation.
I agree. You can sing along and copy the singer.
Yes, singing helps your mouth move correctly for English sounds.
Let's look at another common phrase we used. That makes sense.
Oh yes, that makes sense is a wonderful phrase.
Can you explain it simply?
Sure, that makes sense means I understand it or it is logical.
Let's give an example.
If you say, I am tired because I went to bed at 2 a.m., I can reply, that makes sense.
Because sleeping late makes you tired. It is logical.
Exactly. It is a very natural way to reply to someone.
Let's talk about mistakes. Many beginners are afraid of making mistakes at home.
Oh, they should not be afraid. Mistakes are normal.
I agree. When you are at home, nobody is laughing at you. You are safe.
Yes, your home is a safe classroom. Mistakes help you learn.
When I started learning languages, I made many mistakes every day.
Me too. It is part of the journey.
So, dear listeners, please do not worry about mistakes. Just try your best.
That is great advice, Andrew.
Thank you. Stella, what is your favorite time of day to study?
I like the morning. My mind is fresh. What about you?
I prefer the evening, right before I go to sleep.
That is interesting. Why the evening?
Because they say your brain processes information while you sleep.
Wow, that is cool. So if you study before sleep, you learn while sleeping?
Yes, in a way. It helps the words stay in your memory.
That sounds amazing. Everyone can choose the time that is best for them.
Yes, some people are morning people and some are night people.
Right. The most important thing is consistency. Do it every day.
What does consistency mean, Stella? That is a slightly bigger word.
Consistency means doing the same thing regularly, not stopping.
Ah, like practicing every single day without skipping.
Yes, 5 minutes every day is consistent. 1 hour every 2 weeks is not consistent.
Thank you for that clear explanation.
You are welcome. I think our listeners are doing a great job today just by listening to us.
Yes, you are all doing fantastic.
Let's talk about using your phone to learn English. Almost everyone has a mobile phone at home.
That is true. Mobile phones are very powerful tools. How do you use your phone for English?
First, I change the language of my phone to English.
Oh, wow. Is that not difficult?
At first, yes, it is a bit difficult, but you learn very fast.
That sounds interesting. Why does it help?
Because you see English words like settings, messages, and clock every single minute.
Ah, so you learn English without even trying.
Yes, exactly. It becomes a habit.
That is a very clever idea. I will try that today.
You should. Another thing you can do on your phone is use voice recording.
Voice recording? How does that work?
You can open the Recorder app and talk in English for 1 minute.
What do you talk about?
You can talk about your lunch, your family, or your day. Then you listen to your own voice.
Oh, listening to your own voice can feel strange.
Yes, it feels very strange at first, but you can hear your pronunciation mistakes.
That is true. It helps you improve the next time you speak.
Yes, it is like having a teacher inside your phone.
Let's look at the word strange. That is a good vocabulary word.
Yes, strange means unusual or surprising, not normal.
Let's give an example sentence for strange.
I heard a strange noise in the kitchen last night.
Good example. It means the noise was not normal.
Exactly.
Stella, do you think writing helps with spoken English?
Yes, I think writing helps a lot. It prepares your mind.
How can a beginner practice writing at home?
They can keep a small English diary or journal.
A diary? Do they write long stories?
No, just 2 or 3 simple sentences every day before bed.
Can you give an example of what to write?
Sure. Today I ate an apple. I walked in the park. I am happy.
That is very simple. Anyone can do that.
Yes, and it helps you think in English.
Thinking in English is very important. Many beginners translate from their native language.
Yes, translating takes a lot of time. It makes you speak slowly.
If you write simple sentences, your brain starts to connect words directly to thoughts.
That is true. It cuts out the translation step.
Wow, we are sharing so many great tips today.
I hope our listeners are taking notes.
Let's talk about the kitchen. The kitchen is a wonderful place to learn English.
Oh, really? Why the kitchen?
Because there are many actions in the kitchen. Cooking is full of verbs.
That sounds fun. Give me some examples of kitchen verbs.
Well, you have to cut, to wash, to boil, and to fry.
Oh, yes, those are action words.
When you are cooking, you can say the actions out loud. For example, I am cutting the tomato.
I am boiling the water. I am washing the spoon.
Yes, that is practicing English while doing everyday chores.
That is a fantastic method. It does not feel like studying.
Exactly. It feels like real life. Because it is real life.
Let's check the verb to cut. Is it a regular verb?
No, cut is a very irregular verb. It is special.
Why is it special?
Because the past tense is also cut. It does not change.
Oh, wow. So today I cut and yesterday I cut?
Yes, exactly. Today I cut the bread. Yesterday I cut the bread.
That is easy to remember because it stays the same.
Yes, but it can be surprising for beginners because they look for an ed ending.
That is true. English has some funny rules.
What about the verb to wash? Is it regular?
Yes, wash is regular. The past tense is washed.
Let's practice the pronunciation of washed. It ends with a T sound, right?
Yes, you don't say wash-ed, you say washed.
Washed. It sounds like a quick T at the end.
Perfect, Andrew. I washed my hands.
That is a very useful pronunciation tip. Many students say washed, and it sounds unnatural.
Yes, natural English speakers always say washed.
Great. Let's talk about relaxation. Can you learn English while relaxing?
Yes, you can. You can listen to English podcasts while you clean the house or wash the dishes.
Like our podcast right now.
Yes, passive listening is very good. You don't have to focus 100%. Your brain still hears the rhythm of the language.
The rhythm and the music of English. Every language has a melody.
I agree. Listening helps you copy that melody naturally.
Stella, what do you do when you find a word you don't understand? Do you stop and look in a dictionary immediately?
No, I don't. If I stop every time, reading or listening becomes boring.
So what do you do instead?
I try to guess the meaning from the other words around it.
Ah, you guess from the context.
Yes, if the story is happy, the word is probably a happy word. If I see the word 3 or 4 times, then I look it up.
That sounds like a relaxed way to learn. It keeps it interesting.
Exactly. Learning English should be fun, not a painful chore.
If you are finding this advice useful and want to keep learning with us, please take a second to hit the like button and subscribe.
Yes, your support helps us create more long lessons for you.
Now, Stella, let's talk about games. Are there games we can play at home to learn English?
Oh, absolutely. Word games are very popular and fun.
Like crossword puzzles?
Yes, crosswords or simple mobile game apps where you connect letters to make words.
I love those apps. They are like puzzles.
They help you with spelling and expand your vocabulary while you are waiting for the bus or sitting on the couch.
That is true. It turns free time into learning time.
Yes, even 5 minutes of playing a word game helps.
Let's summarize our ideas for our listeners today. We talked about many things.
Yes, let's do a quick recap. First, listen to Easy English like podcasts every day.
Second, speak to yourself in the mirror to build confidence.
Third, use sticky notes around the house to learn new vocabulary words.
Fourth, change your phone language to English to create a habit.
Fifth, record your voice and listen to your pronunciation.
And sixth, speak English actions out loud in the kitchen while cooking.
Wow, that is a big list of simple things you can do at home for free.
Yes, you do not need to spend a lot of money to become good at English. You just need time and consistency.
Before we finish today's long episode, let's ask our listeners one last question.
Yes, what is your favorite way to learn English at home? Do you like videos, podcasts, music, or books?
Please type your favorite way in the comments section. We love reading your comments.
Today was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed our conversation today.
Thank you everyone for listening.
See you in the next episode.
Goodbye everyone.
Bye.